Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our journey in learning one more Chinese expression a day. Last time we talked about 一心勃发. Well, I guess 一心勃发 can work as well. Let me see. 一心勃发, 一心勃发. I guess you can say it both ways. Because sometimes Chinese pronunciation is contextual as well. It doesn't fix as one way to pronounce it because that's a bookish Chinese. It lives in life, and a lot of times when we are using them, when the words are in action, the pronunciation of it depends on the word, the pronunciation of the word next to it. So when we have 一心勃发, this 勃 is a rising tone, right? And very likely, I said 一心勃发, I used a falling tone because it happened in life as well. The flat tone, we may drop it into the falling tone so that it can flow better with the rising tone next one. Because imagine, okay, our tonation is the pitches we are pronouncing. And if we say the next word is 勃发, we have to start from a low pitch to a high pitch to make this rising tone, right? 勃, right? 勃. But how are we going to get low? We need to make our previous pronunciation dropping down so they kind of connect smoothly going up, right? So instead of 心, and then you rise again, 勃, right? We connect the dots there. We have the 性, and then right? So that's my theory. Okay, 一心勃发, and that means something you're interested to do, and the stars align for you, and all of a sudden you have the time, the resources to do it. You go all out. You're so invigorated. You're so triggered to do that. Okay, so today we have, wow, 3 quarters already covered yesterday. 兴致勃勃. So we can kind of see, because 勃, we're talking about vigorated. And today we have 兴致. We're talking about this 兴致, this synergy, this alignment of what do you want to do, right? All of a sudden, conditions met. And then this conditions met, actually. In Chinese here, we use this highbrow word, that's 致. 致 actually means deliver some message to the king or the emperor. We have that delivery, a special word dedicated to that, because present yourself, it's not like you're doing a presentation to your company. It's not like that. In the ancient hierarchical world, right, the emperor, the king, like first off, not everyone can see the emperor. And if you do get to see the emperor, a whole set of ceremony, just imagine the English or French courtroom, all that procedures, the rituals, the requirements, how you talk, how you walk, how you interact with the royalties, right? So in Chinese, even more so to the extreme, because the hierarchy over there, the base is even bigger, right? And the hierarchy is even more intricately built. And so whoever get to definitely meet to present, to talk their piece out in front of the ruler of the country is even more highly disciplined and defined. So the message to deliver to the emperor is used in this character. Okay, we have walking backwards sign on the right. Walking backwards because we have, normally walking is 2-leg walking, right? But when you walk backwards, you have to stick out the whole leg, reaching out backwards. You cannot bend your leg backwards because your knee is built to only bend when you walk forward, right? When you go backwards, your knee cannot bend backwards, right? Birds can, but a human's knee cannot. So when we go backwards, this sticking out the leg to the back. That's what is going on over there. And then the left side is some people, scholars, I mean, they are scholars because they spend a ton of time, just like me, I'm doing now, a ton of time examining, looking at, trying to imagining, trying to interpret the intentions of the language users. I mean, language creators back then. So Chinese language was not like born all of a sudden, everything, the code was spelled out from the beginning. It was not like that. Language is a living thing. People use it and then add to it, keep creating. It's like, it's like, yeah, it's basic language of civilization carrier, right? So all the people, the elements or the users of this civilization or language are, adding to it somehow, like however small contribution we may have of it. So not only have to guess the way back when, like thousands of years ago, 3 or 4 or maybe 6, according to some scholars, how this word was created, and some word may came into seeing at different points of history and time. Try to imagine the origin of that, and also over time how things may evolve and people attach different meanings to this otherwise pretty abstract thing. Okay, anyways, this 智, the left side, according to scholars who spend a lot of time thinking about language, is this almost like wine glass, right? Wine glass container. And this horizontal line is, well, basically this wine glass container was stylized here. It was horizontal, just a horizontal line, but sometimes we curve up because there is this pink ribbon looking like thing on top of it. And so we have to go, curve it up to go with it, to go with the whole image upward pointing. So imagine it to be just horizontal line. And then we have vertical line plus another horizontal line in the back, at the bottom. That means soil. Because the first horizontal line is supposed to be the ground level. And then vertical line is something growing in the ground, right? So the vertical line kind of a punctuate. Both, so the ground level, both above, it has a portion both above the ground level and below the ground level. So it kind of a punctuate between the two spaces. And then the second horizontal line is an indicator. That's the intention, human intention put in there. Instead of depicting of the physical world, this is an abstraction to show, okay, here, this line is where we're talking about, because on this frame, you can interpret it in all kinds of ways. But when we have an indicator like over there, that means, okay, look at here. This is exactly what we mean here. So this is an indicator to mean that it's below the ground that we're talking about. So what's below the ground? That's soil. Okay, long-winded soil. And this pink ribbon kind of looking thing was said to be a bird. So the whole image is about a bird flying downward toward the soil, toward the ground. This round flying bird was thought to be homecoming. So the bird was flying out there, right? That's their sphere. And then when in the evening, I mean, if the bird is not nocturnal, when the bird returned home, it got to fly down toward the ground. So that's the like homecoming from the bird's perspective. And then we have this backward walking combined. That backward walking, I can explain a little bit according to, as far as I know, of how, I mean, from the historical period movies or TV shows about that time when people talk to the emperor, when they excuse themselves, when they're dismissed, they have to exit the room, right? They can only walk backward. They have to face the emperor all the time, walking backward toward the door and, do some thing and then excuse themselves out of the room, the presence of the emperor. So that's the backward walking. But then this homecoming, that's something that's a little bit stretch. Like, I don't exactly know why this homecoming is depicted in definitely the court room or the emperor's room. It's not whoever the curious home, right? So why this is homecoming? So that's not explainable. Okay, now I'm not exactly a certified scholar or anything. I'm just the language user trying to imagine what happened to this language over time in 2023. Okay, this top looking thing, and over here is not a soil symbol. Actually, it's a candle holder. That's my current thinking about this formation. Because yes, I mean, it could got two possibilities. It could be stylized. It was the flat, and because of the curve of the top portion. But if we take it literally, it is like a cup looking thing. And then the bottom would instead of an indicator, will serve as a physical thing, as the stand of this candle holder. So the top, this pink ribbon looking thing, is the candle. And we can see this is the candle, the fire, little fire in a candle. And then this is the light beaming out of the candle, right? I mean, we can explain it visually. We can map it to the physical world exactly like that. Candle holder, and this is the, because ancient times, the candles were put in a certain oil to burn. So this is the connection, the thing that supply the energy to burn, right? So it has to stand in there, and this is the candle. In Chinese, we have fire. Fire is like a cone shape. It depicts kind of a bonfire look, right? And because the bonfire is exposed, it got the sparkles escaping from the fire's main body. But the candle is secured within this windless, secure space. So there's nothing sparkle like going out of the main body. The peacefully burning candle lit in a container would just look like that, right? And this is the light beaming out. We can explain the whole thing. Anyways, so candle holder then can be used to indicate that's the master of the country, because this is the emperor or the ruler was regarded as the candle, the beam of the light of this land, because that's the person who knows best what's going on and also where the country is going. Like, it's the vision we're realizing of that one person's vision for the whole country, right? So that's the more explainable. So this candle, this beam from this candle represent the ruler. And in face of the ruler, the courier need to walk backwards. So now we can spatially, over here, explain it like that. So there, we have our synergy, hands, your hands, somebody else's hands, and talking the same thing. I think same ideas come from one mouth under the same space. That says you share the same goals. So that's the kind of synergy and courier, like it's delivered to the master, right? And then vigor is child, growing as fast as the plant symbol, this trident thing. It's a plant symbol. I don't know exactly that. That may be a speed. abstraction of the speed because it's growing so fast, right? The next step will be that the kid going that fast, that tall. So this growing to baby growing as fast as planned, and then the right side is the rake that represent muscle power. And Chinese have this habit of repeating the same character twice, right next to each other. In English, it will be redundancy, right? It will be a grammatically mistake. But Chinese consciously use this repetition to create not only a vocal expressively, because it gives us a rhythm. It sounds the same twice, and it double sides something, and then create this impression, right? 兴致勃勃, you would feel like there's a rhythm, there's a repetition, and it's a recurring. Not only recurring, it definitely double-sized something. That means it's a lot of vigor. Basically, instead of saying a lot of vigor, we just say vigor, right? Okay, anyways, 兴致勃勃 means somebody is so enthusiastic about something. Because this 兴 is, okay, again, somebody is interested in something, and all the conditions aligned toward carrying out this interest, right? And then it's delivered. This 智 is like you're delivered right there. You have the right moment to enjoy whatever you want to do. And then your part is to be 勃勃, to be invigorated, to do it. So that's the 兴致勃勃we talk about. And yesterday I used a bird in a cartoon, not a drawing of the bird. Today is toucan, and it got this look almost like 兴致勃勃, like enthusiastic about something. Again, it has this intensity of this beady eyeball, this focus looking at something, and it kind of like a, this bird is, look, the imbalanced bow, because it has a oversized beak, right? Create almost like a comical effect. Something about this bird that's also colorful, comical, and kind of a map very well to 兴致勃勃 we're talking about here. It's almost like when you're in something, you're so into something, you don't really care about how people look at you or judge you. Like, it's none of anybody else's business. You are the one who are invigorated and enthusiastic about something. The consequence of that or the effect on other people is irrelevant to you. So that's the type of enthusiastic we talk about. Okay, 兴致勃勃, cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.